the same time, I'm watching my daughter being watched by the entire world. Everybody was watching my daughter. She'll disagree, of course, and she might even sue me. I don't care. But the bottom line is, it seems to me she's working hard. I'm 75 years old, so it's time to look after.
Oh my goodness, you won't believe this. Thomas Markle has just dropped a bombshell that could shake the very foundation of everything we thought we knew about Meghan Markle. Hidden away, buried deep in the dusty pages of a 1997 magazine, lies a detail so explosive, so spine-tingling, that it has reignited endless debates about her life story. Can you imagine? When a father, Meghan's own father, mind you, publicly challenges his daughter's carefully polished narrative, you instantly know there's more under the surface. And the wildest part? This shocking clue has been hiding right under our noses for over 25 years. If what Thomas hints at is even half true, it could flip Meghan's entire timeline upside down and force us all to look at her story in a brand new light.
A scandal nobody saw coming. What if the headlines you've been scrolling through missed the juiciest, most explosive?
It all starts on page 90 of 17 magazine, March 1997 edition. Yes, that's where this entire jaw-dropping story takes root. And let me tell you, the discovery is the kind that makes you sit up, clutch your pearls, and wonder, what other secrets have been tucked away in the archives, waiting to be found?
The heart-wrenching plea that captivated the world. Imagine a man holding a faded photo of his little...
Picture this. A group of curious internet sleuths casually flipping through old magazine collections online. And then, bam! They stumble across one tiny line. Just a throwaway mention, Meghan Markle, age 21. At first, you'd probably roll your eyes and flip past it, right? Just another teenage celebrity snippet from the 90s, squeezed between boy band spreads and perfume ads. But oh no, this wasn't just any line. That single reference has now blown open one of the most feverish debates on the internet. Why? Because...
I want you to react to a couple of comments from Prince Harry over the past 24 hours as well.
According to Meghan's official birth records, she was born in August 1981, which means that in March 1997, she should have been 15, maybe 16 at most. But 21? Excuse me? That's a full 6 years older than her documented age. 6 years. Do you know what a gap like that means? Different life stages, different opportunities, a completely different timeline of experiences. And this isn't just some shady blog post, this is print media, a glossy magazine with editors, fact-checkers, and staff combing over every page before publication. How does such a massive discrepancy slip through and land in ink available for the world to see?
What if everything we thought we knew about Meghan Markle was wrong? What if behind the fairy tale wedding, the dazzling...
This wasn't gossip whispered in a school hallway. No, this was a well-known publication, nationally distributed, preserved in archives that anyone can dig up, and that's exactly what's got people buzzing when you're dealing with public figures tied to institutions as meticulous as the royal family. Every date, every detail is expected to be airtight. Birth certificates, official announcements, family records, all carefully maintained to perfection. So when something doesn't line up, even slightly, it sets off alarm bells. And the kicker? This inconsistency sat there undisturbed, gathering dust for decades, until now.
She just woke up one day in a new world and decided that she doesn't have any family.
I believe she had it.
And suddenly, that forgotten snippet has stormed back into the spotlight. Think about it. 25 years of silence, and now it's fueling whispers, debates, and suspicions across the internet. And right in the middle of it all is Thomas Markle. Meghan's father, never one to shy away from microphones and cameras, is once again stepping forward, and people are definitely paying attention.
The more she stays quiet, one columnist wrote, the more it looks like there's something to hide. That perception created a feedback loop.
Ever since 2018, Thomas has made it his mission to air his side of the story. At first, it might have looked like a concerned dad wanting to defend himself, but oh, it quickly turned into something else. Today, his interviews are practically a fixture in royal gossip. Each time he speaks, he drops another piece of the Markle puzzle.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn, because now we'll uncover the details.
He doesn't hold back either. With each interview, Thomas lays out his version of events. What he remembers about Meghan's childhood, their family milestones, those special dates that only a father would know. He paints a picture of Meghan's past that sometimes feels very different from the glossy, carefully curated image she projects to the world. And let's be real, that's what makes his words sting so much. They're not from a stranger or a critic, they're from her own dad who was there, who tucked her into bed, who saw her grow up, who knew her before Hollywood and before royalty.
Whether ambition is a betrayal or whether it is survival, Thomas's story is messy. It is uncomfortable.
And here's where it gets spicier. Thomas has flat out said he's willing to put it all on the record, formally, not just chit-chatting in front of cameras, but ready to stand up and give his version in official settings. Imagine that, a father prepared to challenge his daughter's narrative with dates, stories, and receipts from the past.
The hideous and heartless betrayal of Thomas Markle continues apace.
Unlike many who only toss around vague criticisms, Thomas has a knack for precision. He recalls birthdays, graduations, holidays, dates that he insists don't line up with what's been publicly told. It's as if he's determined to keep the timeline straight, even if it clashes with the Duchess's version of events. And over the years, we've seen this shift. From a dad desperately trying to repair a shattered relationship with his daughter, to a man who's now almost resigned to spilling the tea on family matters. For a parent to parade such personal history out in public is rare, painful, uncomfortable, but undeniably juicy. And let's face it, it has kept Meghan's backstory alive in the tabloids long after the royal wedding glitter faded. And if you thought the story stops with just an old magazine mention, oh no, it gets even messier. Royal paperwork itself hasn't exactly been flawless either. Take Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor's birth certificate, for example. When it was first processed, it listed Rachel Meghan Markle as the mother. Pretty standard, right? But weeks later, poof, it gets revised. Suddenly, the name is changed to her grand royal title, Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. Now the palace insists this was just routine. A normal administrative update, they say. But to outsiders, it was yet another eyebrow-raising tweak in Meghan's already scrutinized timeline. And here's the kicker. This kind of change does happen in royal circles, but not often. Birth certificates and records sometimes get polished up for formatting or protocol reasons. That's what officials claimed. They were simply making sure Meghan's name aligned with centuries-old royal naming conventions. Still, in the middle of all the chatter about her history, people couldn't help but whisper, why now? Why so late? Royal watchers know one thing. When it comes to palace paperwork, every single comma, every title, every word is carefully reviewed. Nothing gets rushed. Updates come through slowly, meticulously, because these records aren't just papers. They're part of royal history. So yes, maybe it was procedural, but the timing was uncanny. It fed into this bigger storm of Meghan mysteries, from her age to her education to her royal documents. Think about it. The monarchy has thrived on centuries of impeccable documentation. Protocols dictate every line, every title, every signature. To suddenly have to revise, correct, or adjust even small details, that's the kind of thing that doesn't just vanish quietly. It becomes part of the ongoing gossip machine. And Meghan's life, as we all know, has never been short of talking points. But let's rewind. Meghan's university days, now those were supposed to be straightforward. Officially, she graduated from Northwestern in 2003 with a degree in theater and international studies. On paper, that places her at 22, a totally normal trajectory. Start at 18, finish in 4 years. Simple, right? And yet, the whispers creep back in. Photos from her college days surface, showing Meghan in her element, smiling in group shots, taking part in student organizations, living the full campus life. But eagle-eyed fans point out something strange. Some of her fellow classmates in these snapshots look like they're from entirely different age groups. Again, nothing shocking at first glance. Universities are melting pots of students from all walks of life. But in Meghan's case, this observation only added fuel to the timeline debate. See, universities like Northwestern are full of diverse students. Traditional freshmen, adults returning to education, mid-career professionals brushing up their skills. So yes, it's completely normal. But when Thomas Markle swoops back into the spotlight with his recollections, the narrative shifts from normal to explosive. He suggests details that could rip apart the carefully built image of Meghan's journey. Imagine a father flat out implying his daughter's official history might not be as polished as it looks. A devastating betrayal wrapped in a headline-grabbing revelation. And Hollywood. It only complicates things further. She stepped into an industry where timing is everything. In Hollywood, your age isn't just a number. It defines the roles you're offered, the characters you're cast as, the way the media frames you. If Meghan were truly years older than claimed, her career trajectory would look wildly different. From ingenue roles to leading lady opportunities, it all depends on the stage of life you're in. That's why this age gap question has become such a flashpoint. From auditioning for early roles to finally landing her big break on Suits, Meghan's career seemed perfectly aligned with her official timeline. But if that timeline is wrong, then everything we thought about her rise in Hollywood takes on a brand new meaning. And let's not forget the wedding. Oh, the wedding. The 2018 royal wedding wasn't just a ceremony, it was a global spectacle. Cameras everywhere. The media whipped up biographies, profiles, and retrospectives of Meghan's life. Glossy spreads painted her as the perfect addition to the royal family, a professional actress, a humanitarian, a modern woman marrying into tradition. Millions tuned in, believing every polished detail. But what if those details weren't entirely true? The royal wedding. Oh, where do we even begin? It was hailed as one of the most iconic events of the decade. Meghan Markle, the glamorous actress marrying Prince Harry, the beloved heir to the throne. It was broadcast live to millions, turned into a fairy tale moment, and became a cultural reset for the monarchy. People across the world devoured every detail. The gown, the flowers, the star-studded guest list, and of course, Meghan's story. Media outlets poured money and manpower into building Meghan's profile. They painted her as the ultimate modern royal, successful, independent, worldly. For weeks, we were told about her upbringing, her education, her acting career. It was all about crafting the narrative that she was not just a bride, but a woman bringing fresh energy into the monarchy. To the world, it became the ultimate family soap opera. The glamorous Duchess versus the estranged father, the fairy tale versus the reality. And somewhere in between, a mess of truths, half-truths, and heartbreak that no one can fully untangle. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Because while Meghan's personal life was splashed across headlines, her professional timeline kept raising questions too. Did the entertainment industry play along with her curated image? Did Hollywood carefully shape the narrative of her being younger, fresher than she really was? Insiders whisper that in an industry obsessed with youth, it wouldn't be shocking if age details had been massaged here and there. And then we go back to Thomas. Over and over, he insists, "I know the truth about my daughter's history." He drops hints, points to dates, and challenges the public record. It's part betrayal, part exposé, and part tragedy. Because what we're watching isn't just a royal drama, it's a family ripping itself apart in front of the entire world.